Hello, friend. Today we're talking about something that a lot of us can struggle with, knowing when to push yourself and when to slow down. As women, we are navigating shifting hormones throughout the month, stress loads from different situations, in general, life demands, and while trying to show up for ourselves and be healthy and fit and strong. And that's why I want to address this today of knowing when to push harder and knowing when to lighten up. Overtraining or pushing through the wrong kind of fatigue when really we should be lightening up can actually lead to setbacks physically, but also emotionally and mentally too. So it's important to learn to listen and pay attention to your body and its signals. This all has to do with cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone that rises naturally with exercise, particularly during high intensity workouts. So when cortisol is already high due to stress, either physical, like an infection or autoimmune disease, something going inside the body, or emotional stress, stressful situations in your life, then adding high intensity workouts can cause cortisol levels to remain elevated for an extended period of time and can actually work the opposite of what you're trying to do. It can lead to effects that we do not want. Things like disrupted sleep. High cortisol levels can make it harder to fall asleep and also to stay asleep through the night, as well as hormonal imbalances. When cortisol is too high, it can disrupt the balance of all the other hormones as well because they all work very delicately together. And when it's too high, it can have a negative impact on your mood and your mental health. High cortisol can very well contribute to feelings of anxiety, irritability, and fatigue. And that's why if I'm coaching you and we are working on balancing your hormones, I always ask, how are you feeling? Are you feeling anxious? Is your mood good these days or not so much? Are you tired or energized? These are signs of where your cortisol is at if we need to make some adjustments to what you are doing. So number one of why it's important to know when to push harder or lighten up is that overtraining can lead to hormone imbalance, causing any or all of the symptoms I mentioned. Number two, improved long-term results. Strategic rest builds better strength, better fat loss, and better hormone balance. And this is exactly why in our program we do high intensity intervals. And I never recommend long bouts of high intensity, like hours of running that is constant high intensity, and your body doesn't get the rest in the moment that it needs it. Your body grows and heals during rest. So then when you do push and challenge yourself, you amplify the progress because your body is getting both of what it needs. Listening to your body of when to push through and when to lighten up is you strengthen trust between mind and body. Many women, when they first start in our program, feel disconnected from their body's signals, either ignoring them or fearing them or just finding it's very confusing. So learning to listen and respond with discernment builds trust, self-compassion, and consistency. So let me give you some practical tips to know when to push through and when to lighten up. First, learn the difference between hard and harm. Hard feels challenging, but it's empowering. You may be tired, but afterwards you feel proud and steady and energized. Harm, on the other side, feels depleting. Your form is off, you're irritable or dizzy, and recovery takes longer than normal. Paying attention to how you're feeling with the workouts you're doing is very important for differentiating between, is this just hard and so it's working for me, or is this actually harmful? I've created our workout system so that it's very unlikely that you will be doing any harm to your body or your hormones because of the way that they are made and the timing of them. An exception would be if you have some other huge chronic stress going on in your life or an injury, then maybe, and again, we always go by your symptoms. So learn the difference between hard and harm. Another thing to do is sync with your cycle or hormone patterns. As women, we have major hormone fluctuations. Week 1 and 2, the follicular phase, you may feel stronger, more capable. This is a great time to challenge your body, go faster, pick up the heavier weights, go for longer walks. Week 3 and 4, the luteal or PMS phase, you may have less energy or feel slightly weaker. That's okay. If needed, go slower, use lighter weights. If you use a weighted vest for your walks, maybe a couple of those you don't use it. It's all about listening to your body and the signals that it's giving you. Of course, important is to use active rest. One of the biggest hindrances to us being healthy and shedding excess fat is the amount we sit every single day. They're now calling sitting the new smoking due to how bad it's become for us because we just do way too much of it. So, focusing on walks, even on days when you just can't get a workout in or you feel too exhausted to do anything else, walking gets you moving, gets your muscles and joints loosened up, and can be a very good workout if done with some intentionality. Plus, walking is one of the absolute very best things you can do for your mental health. Setting your step count or the amount of time you want to walk each day as a non negotiable is very helpful. So, my friend, where do you tend to lean? Do you push too hard or do you hesitate to push at all? I want to encourage you to ask yourself each morning. I want to encourage you to do a little 3-point check in daily with your body, your mind, and your mood. Ask yourself each morning, how does my body feel right now? Is it tension, soreness, fatigue? Or is it energized, feeling good, stronger? How's my mind? Is it feeling foggy, anxious, I just can't concentrate? Or is it feeling sharp and clear? And then how's my mood? Are you feeling motivated, encouraged, inspired? Or are you feeling numb and emotional and just like you really don't care? It's really good to become aware and think of these things so you're in tune with what your body is doing, what it's needing. So to see the results that you desire of shedding the excess weight, of getting tight and toned and strong, you have to push hard on your workout days. You have to challenge your muscles and your mind. But just as important is resting and listening to your body, paying attention to what it specifically needs. Because you are the one that knows your body best. And you also know whether you should be pushing yourself or whether you should be getting a little more rest or whether you should be getting a little more active rest. So I want to encourage you this week, my friend, listening to your body, paying attention to the cues that it's giving you so that you actually can become your best version of yourself because we're all here to design a life we love.